Upbc oye.
Mbona naika uyoze yoze.
Edi Bazira olunaku lwa leero tubadde tuli mu kulonda wano nga ba stakeholders bannannyini bikonde ba boxer ba promoter ba matchmaker ba manager ba member bonna aba Uganda Professional Boxing Commission babadde wano okuva mu bitundu ebyenjawulo eby'eggwanga nga balonda obukulembeze obupya era okulonda kugenze bulungi nga bwe mukulabye. Twebaza bannamawulire okubeerawo wano kubanga mmwe ate abongerayo amawulire ku bantu abalala abantu baffe batasobodde kubeera wano. Twebaza ababokisa mwenna ba stakeholder mwenna mwebale kujja mu bungi, mwebale kutulonda tuteekamu bwesige kubanga tukulembera ebikonde ebya professional emyaka ena egigenda okudda mu maaso. Nebaza ttiimu eya interim committee yaweebwa obuyinza okubanga ekola emirimu egitali gya njawulo nga kwe kuli n'okulonda kwe tutuuseeko olwaleero. Nebaza bannamateeka baffe Council Josh, Council Lubuulwa Peter n'abantu abalala bonna abazze nga batugaidinga aba elders abazze nga batugaidinga okubanga tuyise mu ttaamu eno eya interim erabika ng'eweddeko olwaleero. Olwaleero tulina akakiiko akapya aka UPBC. Nebaza buli muntu buli ssekinnoomu yenna asobodde okubanga akoze eki ataddeko ettaffaali ku lugendo lwaffe luno kuba olwaleero nga tuli wano nga UPBC okubanga tukyayimiridde kubanga abaali batuvuganya oba abaali tebaagala tubeerewo babadde bakoze buli kimu nga batugamba tetuliiwo mu mateeka. Olwaleero kyeraze lwatu nti gavumenti emanyi nti weetuli mu mateeka era Commissioner Mulamba okuva Minister of Sports and Education azze wano twamuyita era abantu abakulu ngaabo bemmanyi abava mu gavumenti basooka kukola due diligence ne balabira ddala ekintu kyeŋŋendamu kinandabisa oba ddala kituufu. So kituzizaamu amaanyi nti gavumenti yetumanyi weetuli newankubadde bannaffe boogera birala era tusuubira nti tugenda mu maaso nga tutambuza ebikonde ebya professional nga UPBC bwebaddewo okuva mu 1988 era tulina olukiiko olwa National Council of Sports lwe yatuyise okulaba nga tutuula ne UBF lujja kubaawo wiiki ejja nga 4 era tujja kuba tuteesa ku ngeri gye tusobola okukolera mu federation kuba kino ekintu kyangu nnyo muntu aleke kweyagaliza nnyo amanye nti waliwo enjawulo wakati wa amateur boxing ne professional boxing wabula tusobola okukolera awamu kuba etteeka lyajja kugatta ebiwayi ebibadde bitambuza emirimu egy'enjawulo ekiwayi ekitambuza amateur ne professional tusobola okukolera mu federation. Kiba kyakweyagaliza nnyo okubanga omuntu olowooza nti UPBC ebaddewo emyaka egyo gyonna nti kati teriiwo otonzeewo olukiiko. So n'olw'ebigambo ebyo nsaba Uganda Boxing Fraternity batambule naffe era tusuubira nti olutalo luno tugenda kubanga tulinnya ku nfette amangu ddala era mu buufu obwo bwe bumu tuggalawo olukiiko luno mu butongole nga protocol bwegamba. So tuli mu kulukomekkereza essaawa eno era twebaza abakiise bonna abazze okuva mu bitundu ebyenjawulo eby'eggwanga okubeerawo okubanga tusobola okubanga tutambuza ekintu kino ne bannamawulire n'abantu abalala bonna ba well-wisher bammemba ba UPBC mwebale nnyo mwebale ddala. Tulina essanyu lingi okuteekamu obwesige emyaka ena gino egigenda okutandika olwaleero era tubasuubiza nti ebikonde tugenda bitwala ku ntikko ebyensimbi ababokisa basobola okufunamu na buli muntu yenna ali mu bizinesi eno ey'ebikonde.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, I am Sam Odongo, Assistant Commissioner for Sports. I have been delegated and requested by my boss, Reverend Dr. Canon Duncan Simugumia, to represent him at this function in writing. You you invited him in writing, so he delegated me because he's up country meeting sports officers in Barara. Now, I wanted to say a few things. That one, dear elected members of UPBC, you have now been given a task to push your association forward. First, I'm happy that the President said on 4th you are going to meet at the National Council of Sports. So we are happy that meeting is going to take place. It will happen and issues are sorted such that you can follow the law, the New Sports Act. It is good. I've seen some few lawyers here and very seasoned people. Everything can be sorted. I'm also happy you are aware the government has a new sports policy where if you got a copy which was signed by the ministry, you can be able to read and see the opportunities government is putting forward to all stakeholders to promote sports in Uganda. And that's why key players like the private sector, what can the private sector play, associations play, what can the parents play, the athletes, everybody read this new sports law and the new sports act, then the new sports policy also, those two, you'll be able to see opportunities to grow this sport. Now, I want to leave you with one mark that please, Mr. President and your executive, all leadership comes from God, I'm told. And people say God created all of us in his image. But my shock is with some leaders, which I keep wondering whether that leadership comes from. I'm not seeing that journalist from that media house here. Some two radio stations. There's a guy called Kamaku on a certain station, and then is it Vinsangawano, something like that. Those guys normally say a lot. I want to call upon the executive that be firm in coming up with the best decision-making, principles. Make decisions which are good for your sport, collectively. Take a lot of time planning. Some philosophers say if he's given a task, he would spend about 60% of the time planning and the other 40% to implement. Please do monitor as you implement your activities. Evaluate, monitoring and evaluation is important. You can be moving. Is this the right path I'm taking? Then you turn to the right path. Keep moving at intervals, monitoring and evaluation. Lastly, benchmarking. Banange tuyige, olaba association erikola bulungi. Bakikola batya, ensende etambula etya bwekiraba. Learn from experiences, consult and move this thing better. There is a guy who one day sang, omukubayimbi bentera nnyo okwagala. Nti twali tulabye mirembe ngalo. Oluyimba olukulumanyi. So some of these songs of those days, they often more ebikulu. So pick some of these lessons and make sure you move. I was in church the other day, I told people, wow, it means respect people, work with people, and so on. Then another teacher one day told me, twakulira muno Kampala, twasomera muno Kampala. And that teacher one day told me that when you qualify, when you are given leadership and so, do not eat people, but eat with which nature? Position. I was sharing with your chairman here some other issues. You just see somebody mulungi bwati naye olumukwasa enkasi. One philosopher said that if you want to know a man's character, that was Martin Luther King, a philosopher, give him power. Sicho, the moment you give somebody power, president knows what I was talking about. And somebody now wants to overexert. If you want to know even my character, Obukulembeze one. What material is this man made of? Lastly, there is one time where somebody said, another philosopher, Mbo, you can play all people for some time. You can play some people for all the time. But you can never play all people all the time. So this, will end up philosophers, you punch in and you'll find, but which you deserve. Therefore, as a leader, you have to be on board for some time. No problem. You can't be there forever. Or your ideas can work to all people, but not something like that. Mr. President, I want to end there by saying, please, a good leader leads from behind. Hey, we have chairmen, when they are chairmen or what, they say, but then there was a way to, don't bias the committee. Let the committee what does the majority say? You lead from behind. You consult, you will move, and so on. I have been here, I have been sent by my boss to represent him as a minister here. I will go back on Monday and give him a report. Two, I have also noticed there are a few things which came up, and I'm aware on 4th June, the National Council of Sports is going to handle those issues to sort them. Three, one thing I picked from here is that Upbc is ready to follow all the laws of Uganda, including the new act. That one alone, okay? That the laws are there, let's work together. Now that I'm going to thank you people and I sit down, you have seen my sentiments. Nadala in sports. I have been in sports, you people, for about 30 years. Are you getting me? 30. And if I tell you I've been around here, the schools we went to, there used to be a giant here, like 4 schools in Kampala, which were promoting sports. I was in those schools. We have gone to those universities. But somebody can come and say, hey, Eddie, or you're somewhere you go to China Chama. I have told him I might tell him that after 4 years, or 2, what I mean. We need to listen to our people. We need to respect each other. We need to work together. Don't shut down anybody, don't what, and so on. Thank you, Electoral Commission Bargains and Dan. Brenda. Yes, I have a daughter called Brenda. Thank you and your team for doing a good job. Two, I want to thank the press. I told you I'm always on Uganda radio stations, especially those two, because Kusawa Biri, some station when they're analyzing sports, the guys are very objective. They analyze even when they predict there was a team in the averagely at 8 p.m. on that station. Every 8 p.m. you station. Nekumacha, you know, and they really put things. God puts you in a position. You are in top leadership somewhere, in whatever angle. And you use the very office, not only Coco. When people are after some time, hey, you're not, hey. sibya mizanye ebyo birala nnyo okiraba really you know and you get down to this kind of college you who is supposed to protect and you now get turn around and then you wonder where we are going. So thank you so much the press. It is only the press who can make it or break it. You really put your things straight. The next people I want to thank are the voters. That was here, there were no fights, there were no what. Nalabe ku TV, zitaba DP. Kama kubagana, waliwo mukwano gwaffe wako bali mu mutenyu, kikonde wansi, tereze kundiwe mbale, si waggulu ate mobirabye. That is not democracy. Something you force. However much you force it, it's like love. With the time, it will backfire. Newton says, third law, to every action, there will be at one point an equal and opposite reaction. Sicho? Yes. So in sports, let's try to avoid egoism. It will be sad, me, I always talk about those three. There is egoism. Okulonda, I am always the best. Chokola wanze kasaba mpangula. I just say, let it be there. We want to move on. Egoism. But there could be some people who think I must, and I'm the only one, and I'm the best. No. And that's one thing in sports. Egoism. Two is about that thing called greed. What about in sports? When they are there just after, they are there, and then later on they turn around, and that is not good, and it's killing our sports. Egoism, thinking about self. Okay? And others. So voters, thank you so much for voting. Last, the new committee, congratulations. You have been elected democratically. I was here from the beginning up to the end. I saw, and I will give a report. And I really wish you to work as a team. Be humble, you know, be humble. Let's work with people. Let's listen to them. Let's put ideas together. Always think of how to grow professional boxing in Uganda, because we have a lot of talents, and those children are looking after you. I say all this for God and my country.
Nze Dudi Grace neyanziza kino kifo kye bampadde kya treasurer. Nsuubiza bana Uganda, especially abantu ba Baltic Upbc, ngenda kubeera mwesigwa. Sente zaabwe zonna zijja kubeera nga zirina accountability, nga zonna tuzibala in the rightful way, tuziteeka where they're supposed to be. Tujja kubeera nga batwesiga ku sente zaabwe. Ebyafa ku luli tetugenda kuddamu kubikola ku luno. This time bintu bigenda kubeera straight on paper, tewali bya kukukuta bintu. Things are going to be direct.
Nze Lieutenant Aldin Muzei, the bulletproof soldier, ate nga ndi WBF featherweight champion of Africa kuva mu UPDF Air Force. Okusooka ne kwebaza omutonzi waffe Mukama Katonda okuntuusa ku buwanguzi buno obwolwaleero, okulaba nga baboxers bataddemu obwesige ne bongera ne banonda omulundi ogwokubiri okubeera professional boxers representative mu Uganda Professional Boxing Commission, kuba nali kuzira ekisanja ekino kwendi kitegeeza nti balaba nti bye mbakolera eddoboozi lyabwe ndituusa walina okutuuka mu budde obutuufu era ne bafuna obwenkanya. So mbebaza ba boxers okulaba nga bampadde obuvunaanyizibwa obwo era nobutuukiriza nga boxers representative, era sigenda kubalekerera n'okubeera nga ndaba nti ngatawo ekintu ekibakulaakulanya naddala nga forming out circles n'ebirala, kubanga ba boxers tebadependinga ku bikonde byokka. Era nsuubiza ba boxers ba Uganda abali mu Uganda n'ebweru wonna okubaweereza mu bulambulukufu era mu bwenkanya nga bampadde obuvunaanyizibwa obwo. Nenza nnyo neyanzeege.
Thank you very much. I am Kazo Moses Subuku, also known as Coach Moses from Gulu. I should be one of the most active activists of boxers in Uganda. Besides taking a role as today's organizing chairperson for the election that happened, I am also the administrative director at Baltic Pro Boxing Promotions. Therefore, I appreciate the members of Uganda Professional Boxing Commission for having selected me to head the team that organized this election. And I want to tell Ugandans that for the very first time in sports, we are looking at a very organized and disciplined, transparent process of organizing an election. And this is something that government requires as per the new law. It requires that we have fully documented process, a fully covered event of such magnitude, and the turnover or the turn up for the members of Uganda Professional Boxing Commission alone speaks for itself. We had the Eastern Uganda region represented, we had Northern Uganda represented, we had Western Uganda represented, and we had Greater Kampala represented, and also members from Masaka that came in. So I think as it comes to transparency in the electoral processes of Uganda Professional Boxing Commission, this is a clear message to Ugandans that, you know, boxing is taking a different dimension and that this is completely professional. Yeah, many of you in the media have witnessed no quarrels, no fight, no shouting. It has been organized. So basically we are saying we twasobodde okukolawo ekintu kyenjawulo okutegeeza eggwanga nti waliwo process gy'olina okukozesa ng'oleeta obukulembeze mu ntebe. So kyatendo nnyo nti Uganda Professional Boxing Commission esobodde okunnondawo okutegeka akalulu kano nga Moses Kazo Obuku nti tusobodde okutuuka ku nkomerero y'obuvunaanyizibwa ebutuweereddwa, era njozayoza buli omu yenna alondeddwa mu kifo ky'enjawulo ne ba boxers representative ne ba promoters bonna. So ndowooza nga bannamawulire mulina obuvunaanyizibwa okubeera nti temubaako kyekubiira, nti ekintu bwe kiri bwe kijja tekijja lwa ssente wabula kijja lwakuba nti muli bayivu, muli batendeke okubeera nti mukavaringa events.
He has 89 votes. Then we have Assistant Secretary General Paul Eyes. He has 54 votes. Then on the President we have Mr. Eddie Basira. He has 95 votes. Thank you for complying.
Fakira Jacqueline, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I shall faithfully exercise the functions of the Women's Representative of Uganda Professional Boxing Commission, and I shall uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, observe the laws of the Republic of Uganda and Constitution of the Uganda Professional Boxing Commission, and I shall promote the welfare of all members of Uganda Professional Boxing Commission. So help me God.
I, Emmanuel Preston Aluba, swear in the name of Almighty God, I shall faithfully exercise the functions of promoters and representative of Uganda Professional Boxing Commission. I shall uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and the Constitution of the Uganda Professional Boxing Commission. and all laws of Upbc, Uganda Professional Boxing Commission. Laws of Uganda, I shall promote in the world.
There are two allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, Uganda Professional Boxing Commission, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda and the Constitution of the Uganda Professional Boxing Commission. I, Paul Ayasi, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I shall faithfully exercise the functions of the Assistant Secretary General of the Uganda Professional Boxing Commission, and that I shall uphold, preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, observe the laws of the Republic of Uganda, and the Constitution of the Uganda Professional Boxing Commission, and that I shall protect the welfare of all members of the Uganda Professional Boxing Commission. So help me God.
I want to witness.
No.
Paul Chiwa Mutebe.